Today we are comparing pumice stones. We've got two different versions that we are looking at. The brand that I have used since we opened is a Pumice. This one's a little bit smaller than the typical Pumice we get. I purchased this one at Lowe's, so it's got a little bit less area. But it's a name brand one that's been around a while, works well, and like I said, we've been using it since day one, but they are relatively expensive. The cheapest that I've ever found them for is around $2, a little bit more. Often you need to find them for, $2.40, $2.50. This one at Lowe's today, I unfortunately paid $3.50 for, even though it's a little bit smaller volume than the ones I typically buy online. So the other option is a knockoff brand, just a random Amazon Chinese brand listing. This is Hongwei. This is about the size that the typical Pumice scouring sticks that we order online have. You can see this current Pumice is a little bit shorter, just a little bit smaller by all dimensions. So looking at it, they do have about the same amount of weight. I would actually say the Hongwei is a little bit lighter, so it seems to have a little bit less material in it. And if you look closely, you can actually see that it has a little bit more and a little bit larger air bubbles than the Pumice does. At least throughout most of it, there are a few more air bubbles up here, but you can see it's pretty dense down here, where the Hongwei version has some larger air bubbles throughout. The other thing to note is that this is the third one that I opened from the saran wrap that it comes in, the plastic wrap, and the other two broke in half when before I could even get them out of the packaging. So it appears to be a little bit more brittle, this Chinese brand. You can get these for 65 cents per stone. And so it is significantly cheaper. They are, you can get 3 or 4 of them for the same price that you would get one Pumice for. So we're gonna do some tests and see if the Pumice is worth the premium price or not. So we used each pumice stone for 5 minutes, scrubbing a toilet, and afterwards this is what is left. As I mentioned, with the Hongwei brand, it broke in half before we could even start, but the cleaner did not even get through the 2/3 of it that they started with before the 5 minutes were up, so they did not even need to touch the second half of it. The Pumice was smaller, had less volume when the start, but most of it was worn out. You definitely wouldn't get another 5 minutes out of this. It's about 1/3 of the size that's left. Here, there is maybe half the volume that remained. So, accounting for the fact that the Pumice was smaller, they probably used about the same amount of volume for scrubbing. So the good news is that we can purchase off-brand Chinese branded Amazon pumice stones and get about the same level of performance that we can get from Pumice at around a third to a quarter of the cost. So I am going to start purchasing the Hongwei pumice stones, reducing my cost from about $2 to $2.50 per pumice stick to 65 cents per pumice stick. So, it definitely is not worth paying significantly more for the Pumice branded scouring stick. Thanks, and hope this was helpful for everybody.